Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm back with another layout using the March Scraptastic kit. This is the 6th layout using this kit. It took me an hour and 1 minute to complete, and I know you've seen a video from me every day, but I feel like I haven't done anything in so long because I did all the voiceovers on April 21st and today we're April 29th, and it's the first time that I do anything for scrapbooking or anything like that. So I took a whole week away, although you guys really didn't see that. So these pictures are from 2006, and it's a family camp that we went to. And was it 2006? Maybe it was 2004. I'm going to have to go look again because I wrote it on that little piece of paper there when I cut apart the photo, because back then the date used to print on my photos. So I think that was 2004 actually. And it was a family camp that we'd go to every year. And they had this ride, and it was called the Banana. And they used to pull it in behind a speedboat. So you would go on, there was 2 rows that people could sit. So there was 3 people on each side. So you could have, up to 6 people. And of course, the whole purpose was to throw people off as you're going, full speed. And you all had life jackets and things like that. And I am petrified of water, okay? Petrified. And it's not something that has any, how do you say that? I have no reason to, okay? Because the reason I'm so afraid of water is because of sharks. And this is a lake. There's no way that there could be sharks in there. But just the fact that there could be something in the water underneath me, it petrifies me. So the thought of them throwing me over was so frightening. I went anyway, and they threw me over, and to wait for the boat to come and get you was just torture. But the kids really wanted me to go on because they thought it was hilarious that they could throw, me overboard and stuff. So I went anyway, but that was literally a huge fear of mine. So it was conquering a fear, I guess. And so I wanted to write that story. And I just showed you some of the products that I may be using, and I had pulled a whole bunch of stuff that was all in teal because I wanted to keep this page in basically one color with just a splash of little bit of colors, because the pattern paper with the dots had a little bit of different colors in it. And then the 4x6 card that I'm going to take from Amy Tangerine is going to have some splash of colors too. And now I'm going through some of the stickers from the sticker sheets from the Amy Tangerine +1 collection. And I think the only thing that I used that was not from the kit was the 4x6 card, some twine, and some enamel dots. And I had a question saying, well, why do you sound like it's so great that when you only use stuff from the collection, you have a room full of stuff? And the reason is I have a ton of people ask me questions. They're new scrapbookers, or they've just started. They don't have a lot of stuff. They're looking for somewhere where they could go and not have to buy a whole bunch of stuff, because they see people that have been scrapbooking for years and their collection is like amazing, and they just don't have whether it's the budget to do it, or it's kind of overwhelming too to all the stuff that's out there. So this would be a great way for someone that's just starting scrapbooking to get going, because you have everything that you need to get, and to get a ton of layouts done. And I have to say, I do most of the time get the 4 kits, because there's 2 major kits and then there's 2 add-ons. So I get like 4 kits and I get 25 to 30 pages done. But basically what you have to look at is there's about 20 pages. So for 20 plus 20, between 20 and 25 pattern papers, I get 25 to 30 layouts done. So that's pretty good. And also for personal reasons, I am trying to find something that I can, because I love getting new stuff. Like, there's no other way to say it. I love getting new papers. I get inspired and almost excited by new stuff. When there's a CHA, half the time I don't even go and look at all the videos, because I just want the new stuff. I love getting inspired and excited about the new stuff. So this is a way for me to get new stuff and get pattern papers from different collections, because again, and I think I mentioned this in one of the last videos, but for me to get single sheets of pattern papers, like if I didn't want a whole collection, the only place I can buy is like scrapbook.com or 2 Peas in a Bucket, and their shipping is outrageous to Canada. Like, there's no other way to put it. Yes, they do offer that if when you get your box, if they'll charge the actual shipping. But my problem is, like, the last time I ordered just a little thing and they still shipped it in a huge box that still ended up costing like $18, and they could have put it in a way smaller box. So I only ended up saving like $7 when it should have been a whole lot more. Like, they should look at, to make it the cheapest possible for the consumer. But anyway, going on a different tangent. So for me, like Scraptastic, the shipping is $14. So that's reasonable. I get a ton of stuff for $14 shipping. And I get new pattern papers, and I get enough from each collection that I'm happy with it. And then bonus, you get a whole bunch of embellishments that coordinate with some of these, new pattern papers and stuff like that. So that's, more on a personal note. And so now I'm going to be working on the title, and the title is going to be The Extreme Banana Ride. And I'm going to use some of the letters that came in the Amy Tangerine sticker sheet, and then also the Ellie Studio. But then I like to use I guess I didn't use the Ellie one because it was going to get lost in the background. And I do like to use more than one font. And that's the reason I pulled out some letters from my stash. Now, this is my favorite pattern paper. In the last video, I said it was from Basic Gray, but it's not. It's from Basil. And I love that pattern paper, so I'm going to use it on this kit. I'm going to use my Project Life corner rounder from Becky Higgins, and I'm going to round the corners, because I was using a Project Life card right above it or right below it, and the corners are round it. And another thing that it's going to do, it's going to give me a place to put my title down. So bonus, double bonus. I love the splash of color that it added there, and then it gave me a place to put my title down. And then I did want to use one of the die cuts that came in the kit, and it said oh hello, and I'm going to put it to the right of that card. And then I'm going to use that wood veneer that came in the kit, and it says love. And it was sort of a love-hate situation with that, banana ride, because I loved it. I found it exciting and fun, but at the same time, I was scared out of my mind, because I knew they were going to throw me off, and I knew that for a little bit of time I would be scared. But if you know me a little bit, you know that if you dare me, I'm going to do it. So the kids were daring me to get on the banana ride, and there was no other option. I had to do it. And it's the same thing at not water parks, but parks like for rides and stuff, like Disney or Universal Studios. I'll do each ride at least once. And, once I've done it once, then I'm okay. I don't need to do it again. But so at this point, I'm going to cut out some cameras from that pattern paper, and I love that pattern paper. It's Amy Tangerine +1 collection, and I know I'm going to use one of those. I had 2 sheets, and one of them I'm just going to keep it, and I'm just going to cut out these little cameras, and I'll probably sit in front of my TV while I'm watching a show with my husband, and I'll just cut them all up. And the reason that I do that, and yes, I have to flip through and find what I like. But the reason is when I sit down to scrap, I don't like to cut out anything. I don't like to do anything that takes me away. I just want to sit and scrap. So that's why I like those little die cut packages, because I can just flip through, and I love digging through stuff. So that doesn't bother me, I guess. So I guess it all depends on you, right? If you like stuff on a sheet so that you can just go and find it and it's easier for you and you cut it out at the time, then that's awesome. But I guess it's all personalized. And for me, I can't stand that. I like things to be done ahead of time. And I guess that's why I like pre-choosing my pattern papers, pre-choosing a bunch of photos and my embellishments. And when I am ready to do a layout, everything is there for me. So I guess that's the thing with scrapbooking, is find your niche, find what works for you, and then go with it, And as you watch these videos, if you're new, try a bunch of different things and see, because it might be different for you, and see what works for you. And I've been scrapbooking for 15 years, and my style has changed immensely. And, 6 months from now, I might get bored of this, because, we're humans, we get bored. And I might move on to something else that fits me better at that time. So that would be my suggestion, is, try different things and find what works for you. And now that I pick 3 spots that I want to do the embellishments, and then I go to town, I start overlapping stuff and adding all the embellishments. I added some twine, and before the recording runs out, I just want to say that there's going to be a few exciting things happening on my YouTube channel this week. So stay tuned. I'll be uploading a video every day. I know I said every second day, but something came up. So I'm going to be uploading every day from here till probably the 5th, the 7th of May. So stay tuned and watch for that. I added some Mr. Huey sprays in white and in teal. And then I added a few puffy stickers. And like I said, I basically used everything that was in the kit except for some twine and Project Life card and some enamel dots. So that's pretty awesome that, you can just get one kit to come to your door, or in my case, I bought 4, but from one place, one shipping, and this is the 6th layout. And here are a few close-ups of the, full shot, and then some close-ups of each of the clusters. And if you want to see some more close-ups, you can join me on my Facebook group, and the link is in the description. I upload to Twitter, Pinterest, a cherry on top, 2 peas in a bucket on the Scraptastic blog, and Facebook and Instagram. So thanks for watching. Bye.